Welcome, ladies and gents, to this lecture on British and American pronunciation. Okay. I must apologize. For my attire, I wanted to put on a clean shirt and a tie originally, but yes, it's Corona time. Okay, so appropriate attire. Anyway, a few preliminary remarks in this first installment. Let's start like that. We all know that English is the world language. All right, and it's the world language because it has the greatest number of non-native speakers. Yes, of course, Chinese, Hindi, Spanish, all these languages have probably more native speakers than English. But what makes English a lingua franca, of course, is the fact that so many non-native speakers use it for communication. And, of course, these non-native speakers all have different foreign accents. Now, the question is, since it's a means of communication, why should we improve those accents? Okay? We are, in the majority, probably 1 billion non-native speakers compared to 500 million native speakers. So why should we bother at all? And this is a question which has been discussed for quite a long time. Why should we strive to sound more like an upper-class Brit or sophisticated American as long as people still understand us? And there's a lot to say in favor of that argument, of course, yes. However, it is equally true that language is more than just a medium, a channel to get messages across. Just bear in mind how important it is for the creation of identities, for example. We are German, French, English, Spanish, whatever, because we speak the respective languages. They construct our identities, okay? And if you agree with this argument, the question still is, why then should you sound, if your identity is French or Spanish or German, why should you strive to sound more like a Brit or an American? Well, after all, who wants to be a Brit these days? So very difficult in Europe. But the answer is rather simple, and language is so much more than just a symbol for the construction of national identities. It also constructs, and that's the important thing, your level of education, your sophistication, your erudition, your intelligence, whatever. Okay, and who doesn't want to come across as being rather sophisticated? And the thing is, it's not you, other people judge you according to the proximity your language, your accent probably has to that of a native speaker's. And funny enough, even a lot of non-native speakers do that. Okay. So here we go. Yes, we should try to assimilate our accent to that of native speakers, even if this argument is rather shallow. But strictly speaking, Professor Higgins, right? He said some truth when he said, in English you can say whatever you want as long as you pronounce it properly. And yes, there's a lot of truth to say for that. So why, when I say language, why accent? Why is the emphasis so much on accent? Yes, there are other levels of linguistics. I don't know, vocabulary, grammar in particular. Those things, but why should we put so much emphasis on the right pronunciation? I think it's a very English thing. So Anglo-Saxons, they judge your sounds. Okay, and this is what language is. In the first place, language is sounds. The first thing you listen to is sounds, phonemes, whatever you want to call them. And Consequently, I mean, the objective of this lecture is to teach you the proper sounds and how to string them together. But this, of course, brings further questions, which we will tackle in the second installment. Here we go.